So, no. If we have time, I'd love to be Masakim with some tzedek. This was time inyan ba'oiso inyan. We already looked at something, and I saw there's a new sefer. I bought it. Alichus menhagim, alichus menachim, menhagim manhagis. Voit kedushas admir malobavich.
When we start Muaz, so and you go back, you start with your right foot or left foot?
Good question.
When you do Isra Sholem, you start with the left foot or the
Oh,
right?
it's Shomel left foot. We said yesterday you're supposed to start with your clumsy foot.
By Kaddish also.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Mishwanasa, it says that when you go back, you're supposed to use your left leg first. It's an Edri Sheikh Toy because that's your clumsy foot. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'achol midvarim.
You start in Shmonas at the beginning.
Your right foot.
You're going back to Ipsis.
The L'chayri, your right foot. Not Rabbi Halberstam, Lubavitcher Rebbeinu. So the Lubavitch, where? Witching. And the way we do our head, this. So but Pashtus, because the Gemara,
Take from and out.
it says a reason?
Yeah.
What's the reason?
Not real, something like that.
We first find the reason the Pashtus is, we spoke about this already, and we'll learn about it inside.
Okay.
The B'shas Shmonesra, when you're standing Lifnei Hashem, the Gemara says you have to go to your left because the Eibush is right.
More humor.
Right. But that's only by Shmonesra when you're standing Lifnei Hashem. But otherwise, by Kaddish and by many other things, by Lechadoidi, we say, we turn around and we say, we say once to the right, Boy Chala, and then Boy Chala, right. We don't do left. Why? Because I noticed Minik Chabad, the only time when we do to the left and then to the right is Shmonesa, like Gemara says, and like in Shekhnor and Kuf Chav Gimel. Because then you're Oimid Lifnei Hashem Mamish. That's your Oimid Lifnei Hashem Mamish. But yeah, all the other over there it's applicable.
Right. You're starting right.
Right.
Also, most rabbis sit on the right side. Chernobyl does the left. Am Shinov does in the middle, right in front of the Aron.
Wow.
And most do on the right.
One different minhag, right?
Yeah, Sam or whatever. Most of them, the Babish, on the right side of the Aron.
Right. So
the sun, but after the left.
No. So
Not sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Without coming in.
Chernobyl.
No. Ain't done an Efsher me Efsher.
Oh.
So
it should be the right.
The Vashnus.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, Stam Azach, an interessante Zach, the Rebbe's father says in Shara Koilul, why do we say boy chala and balachas boy? Why balachas? He has a very nice water. Because the Gemara says that a person should say boy chala 2 times. And we were moisef a 3rd time. It's inyan api Kabbalah, whatever the inyan is. But Yois the Gemara mentions only twice, so we don't want to say a 3rd time. Like kilu. So therefore, the 3rd time we say balachas.
And we don't move the head at all.
We look to the center. But anyway, okay, so that's that.
Sfaradim move the head. Boy kala.
Right. But the
Boy kala.
And the 3rd one?
So I didn't say boy kala Shabbat Malkata? You don't say? I'm not sure if they're looking as far as they say that.
No, that's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, so the 3rd time. Chabad, they say the 3rd time quiet. They said the reason why, because the Gemara says boy chala twice. And a pikaboli is supposed to say 3 times. So the 2 times that the Gemara says say loud and the 3rd time quiet. Okay.
Well, Father said the whole davening is loud.
Beautiful.
It's better. It's better like it. Better. They go slow. It's better. Every word clear.
Every word, yeah.
Yeah. Like this.
When I daven shachrit here in the morning, Sunday, say loud. The whole feature until the shtabach, say loud.
So where we starting?
So before we even start, I want to answer your shayla. Instead of taking the derech harucha, and then I want to answer right away a shayla. Here he says they worked really hard, by the way, on the sefer. They looked on a lot of videos and they went through a lot of inyanim and everything. And then in the back they checked. This is when they did this. That's when they show you how the Rebbe held this. Everything is b'diuk nifla. Every tenuah from the Rebbe was b'diuk nifla, and it's unbelievable. B'diuk nifla.
Interesting, by getting the tzitzis by Venu Shalom, you start with your left.
The left, yeah.
Why?
When?
Venu Shalom, before Shema Yisrael.
Of course, when I saw the tzitzis on the left, Mashal says like that. I don't know.
Why don't you get the right one first?
No, you hold it in your left hand.
No, but how do you get it? You get the right one or the left one first?
Oh, you see? They went. This is. I gave a share about this a few months ago when the sefer came out. The kesher and the Rebbe's shorosh is different than whatever the way they make the kesher. A whole story. Okay. Anyway,
we don't do like that.
A lot of guys mimush went right away. They went to Rabbi Klein and he changed for them Moshe Klein. Yeah.
Okay.
He says here, interesting. Oifim psilus sholish psilis lachoyre, psir rishoyna. Meizis is regel smoya. Kach shagudel yibe makam ha'ekev shal regel yamin. Psni yishniya meizis regel yamin. Kach shagudel shal makam ha'ekev shal regel smoya. Psir shlishis meizis shuv es regel smoya. Kach shagudel shal makam ha'ekev shal regel yamin. Umoisef oik psir chelkit. Beraglei hayamonis. Kedei liyashno im raglei asmolis.
A fourth step.
3.5 steps. And he says, interesting. When there was a shliach tzibur, and he would go back and forth, he would do 3 steps and back. But if he went out and he waited for the shliach tzibur, then he would take 3 steps, but then your feet are not straight. Godel b'tzadokiv. So then he would take, the last would be like a half a step in order to straighten out both feet. Ragleim regel yishora. But it's interesting that the Rebbe's and Hoge was not only after Shemona Esrei, which over there is beferish medrash toiv that you have to use your clumsy leg first because you're going away from the Eibishter. But also when he started Shemona Esrei, he would start with moving regel smoil, which is l'chayda pella. So he writes in the bottom, he wants to use the clumsy leg. ואולי משום שגם חלק התפילה שלפני 18 הוא ממובא מסוים לפני המוקם.
And going backward and going forward. Okay, you went 3 back. Now you're.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a better husband, but I don't like this husband. So whatever. There was a reason.
Why are we going 3 backward? Before Shemona Esrei. After Shemona Esrei, I understand. We live there b'shtakilo. But before Shemona Esrei, we have to go back and coming back.
Because you want to come close. In order to come close, you have to go first back. You're asking a good shayla. Maybe that's gonna yeah, take a cap.
When we go Nagdisha, we start with the right or with the left?
So your foot is together.
Yeah, you go.
No.
Oh, when you move back, now you're going back to Nagdisha.
Yeah. You do with the right or with the left? Yes.
Started with the right.
The right. Right.
Started with the right. Okay.
Who's marked the same thing?
Rabbi Havlin in Eretz Yisrael. Is it Rosh Yeshiva, not Bad Yeshiva? They worked very hard to make it. Like I know just the Ritzuas, they got permission. I mean, I wouldn't touch the Ritzuas. They got a shoes and they I don't think they opened it. They just a little bit like and they figured out vidiuk how to do it and they took videos and they show you. But one thing is for sure that every anhogid there wasn't a hechitim. It wasn't a hechitesi. That there's no shaila. Every slightest movement of the hand was not behechitesi. It was a reason. Be whatever, but there was always a reason. There's no such thing a mehechitesi. It was never. So they worked really hard. They just put it out the sefer. Mamish, I just bought it.
Like the detail,
They put it up.
You pick up the right. You give
Also,
it
even the smallest thing.
right.
Yeah,
it's like a whole
everything was.
procedure.
So the Mela they put together and they just started. This is Chelik Aleph. This is Tzitzis Tfilin, Chonas Latfila, Tfilas Boiker, Mincha Arvis. So they still have a long way to go. And I think it's very nice. I think it's very good. It's a good thing.
The picture is very clear.
And he sources everything in Aloha.
Yeah, for sure. The footnotes is all. Yeah,
Wow.
that's
Some of it a whole.
This is
few minutes.
yeah. This is going to be when they finish. It'll be 4 or 5. Who knows how many swanim it'll be? Putting a lot of work into it. They have Talmidei Chachamim. They're sitting there. They're working it through. There's no shaila that ever thought through every tanuk. There's no shaila. So I don't like this hezbollah. Okay, we'll find another hezbollah. Okay. You got a copy? So let's first do this quick. I just was a gabur for that yesterday we learned, so I figured let's learn this whole thing. Siman Kuf Chav Gimel Kareh Peseh Shalosh Pesilas Lachera B'Kriya Achaf V'Ede Kareh Kodem Sheyiskiv. You're supposed to take the 3 steps B'Kriya. Kodem Sheyiskiv Yata Beroishe L'Tzatzmo K'Misha Ba Lepatam Erav V'Achach L'Min Adam Rishav Alev M'Spal Tzar Shif Shalosh Pesilas Lachera B'Achach Yitain Shalom Lim Lo Yos Ken Kilo L'Ispado. Yesh Negim Lema Shalom Esmaili V'Shalom L'Yimini Oysa Shalom L'Yima. Very. But also, Madam Rina Pesachim, Mishum Rabishai, Omer Nois Shalom B'Mevak and Mesmail Pirish in Minish Shel Shechina Shekenegdish Smail. Also, you have the Ezri Shein LaOmri. The Gemara never meant you should say it. You should do it. Shein Pirush Sheyoyme Shalom Mesmail B'Shalom B'Mini. Oysa Shalom, Oysa Shalom B'Mraim of Hoifech. Okay, whatever. B'Mais. Okay, let's run quickly over here. Not everybody's here. So let's go in Gimel, which is that's the main one. Yesterday we looked. I quoted a few lines from it. Because of Agos Maimonius, the Peirikei Milchas Tefillah. Sheregel Smail Yifsa Tefillah. The minimum v'shecher toiv. The pasuk Tehillim Amad Heyud. Kol Atzmoise Temarna. Amad David Regel Smail L'Sholosh Psiyish Achra Tefillah. He goes through Kol Atzmoise every bone. Why the Eibishter made us? He said the Eibishter gave me a regal smile in order to be pesei acharat tefillah. So we see from the Medrash that you're supposed to take your first step with the regal smile. Ben Abena Godel, Maria Abuab, also b'shem Erches Chaim, sheregel ימין יפסד חילוק, כמו שאמר הזל, כל פינה שעת הפוינה, לא ילדה רחמין, ואמרין נעמה מנוחס, כי אוקר אין נשקרה דימין, אוקר ברישן. So again, you see that he equates kolpinus with Hagdamas Yamin, not like that's a machzedek.
He's looking on food also.
Yeah, and anyway, he's equating the two. It's interesting. V'zeh Lashon Sefer Oil Moed. Emas even a shalosh p'sisei. L'v'nogel akir regel shel smoil v'achar shemin. Gebal ha'mafter koso shesh oiker regel shnimit chela. Shir p'sisei l'chal pochit shiten goydel b'tzadok ad kan. Bal shiboy le'eleket koso sheregel smoil yivsat chila. Mehida shecher toy from the Medrash. Ad kan. Linyan alochem achar shem se mefurish b'medrash lakish o smoil tchila hochin aktinen. Mehida kolpina shet apoyna li yal derech yamin. Ein linyan aloch zeh. Ein apoyna l'shum tzad. So that's what we discussed last night. When you step, you're going back or forward. You're not going right or left. It's not shack the whole thing. But if you would be going right or left, then I would say kopina shata poina and whatever we discussed yesterday. Because of the Rebbeinu Godel Mari, Shenin Pshat the Gemara Malashon Rebbeinu Malashon Pres Shein Lo Me'is Shalom Ela La'achar Sha'ok Shalosh Psias. Aval Ma'as Shekol Elam Em Noigim Zeh Aderech V'Tzarech Linun. He says it's mashma from the Gemara that you're supposed to step and not say any words while you're stepping. It's a shalom you say after you finish taking the 3 steps. But people in a rush, so whatever, they mumble jumble. But
they start the bocher while they're washing their hands. They don't finish washing.
yeah. ובתרום הזדר שנקוץ על ההדיה, שיפסה תחילה, אחר כך ייתן שולם. בסוף שיש מפיידש, you have to do psias, then you shalom. geen לא ליניק. אך שגמור לא שיפסה ואחר כך ייתן שולם. אז אני כל פריסקם. מה לנו למיניק טוז שלא ינוג, okay? That if people are doing it, it's a minik toz, so, but whatever, it's clear in the Gemara that you have to take the steps, and then you say Oisa Shalom. And then you do Oisa Shalom. The doing Oisa Shalom, the saying it's Shalom, you have to take 3 steps. Also, Rabbeinu Godel Maria Abu, B'Shem HaShasayim. She'el Absis Sarashiyah Okav B'tzad Godel, the Godel B'tzad Okav. Why? It's the Kohanim, like the Kohanim of the Beis Hamikdash. Yeah. So no, it's not a full foot. It's like 80% of your foot. You do 80%.
Half up see it's called.
Not a half. It's like mamish 80%.
No.
If you look at your toe to your ankle, it's about 80% of your foot. So you're going like this, about 80%. Again, most people never else are the size of the shoe. But anyone that noticed,
Some people are Meyer.
huh?
Some people back up the whole.
Exactly. So, Meidich. By the Rebbe, it's like a haftal of It was never once that it was not b'diuk nifla. B'diuk nifla, you almost could think it's a yekish of a yekish. But whatever, that's the way it is. I mentioned here in the shir when we learned Tichas Tefillah that they once saw Rabbi Yisrael Salanta that he's like practicing for Tefillah. So they said, like, this is funny. So he said, what, if you went to Melech Boss of Adom, you went to Franz Gossel, you would practice, what's the etiquette and Boss Maton, you'd find out, if you're going to go to the White House, you'd find out what you're supposed to do. The guy's half deaf, you have to talk a little louder. He's dumb, you have to repeat yourself.
Practice every day. We're talking about.
So he practiced. I don't know every day. I don't know. I saw this in the Sefer. What's it called? That once. That's it.
Beis Hamikdash practice every day.
Oh, they brought
feelers of Yom Kippur.
No, it's
one of
the
the
Yisrael Salant.
Yes.
So he said Melech Machabochem. So whatever the Rebbe did it, the Rebbe Taka did it this way. The chiddush of the Rebbe was that when he was a shlich tzibur, he did 3 and 3, back 3 and 3. But if he was not the shlich tzibur, if he was listening to shlich tzibur, he would take 3 steps and then a half a steps in order for his feet to be together. If for his feet to be again the regel yishora, and then he would wait until the end of the second bracha, and he would step back. Okay, weiter. That why are we taking 3 steps? Because the Yidden the neshamas were flying shloisha milin b'shas matan Torah. V'oid nimtza b'agoda shemoishe ben olavashom nichnas b'choshech onem v'araf of nekadish baruch sheyotze meila shloisha hachon oisim shalosh p'siyas. So there's 2 reasons he's saying over here. One is the meramas of the 3 million that the Yidden jumped by Har Sinai. And to be meramas of Moshe Rabbeinu, when he went out from the Eibishter, he went out from the Choshech Onav Araf. Sheboy leleket kosem shemagoyim matan l'shos p'sulim they she'odam having b'tfil having b'malkim kedusha. The Shechina l'mayim l'medosh. B'pim sheniftu mitfilos tzarech l'psoy shalosh p'sis l'atoyim kedusha yetz b'malkim kedusha v'yam b'malkim achar. V'ray lo davar shkeinu shkim shechayzim achareim shalosh p'sim noisim shalom zelazeh. It's a very funny lotion. What do you mean Nation Shalom Zelazah? The Eibishter to the Yidden to the Eibishter, or I don't know exactly what it means. Kolaima ad akshav yinu b'malkat kodesh. Yitzanu l'malkim chayil ad ken l'shoyne from the Shabbat l'aleket from the going.
So you're not Malkim Kodesh. When you finish, you go back to
Malkim Soil, and then Kilu, you're standing in front of the Eibishter. It's Malkim Kodesh. You take 3 steps. Huh? Say goodbye. Shem Rabbeinu go high matzosi kosher. Time shall shul shem feel like it to me take Shkein Oil Mizbeach, every oil derech Yeminu, Makav Yere derech Shmuel, the Kevish Mizbeach, Shlosh Reidim Shalavet. Yerim Shalosh Psiv Ekev, and I know some Krishma. So I was going to look it up before the Shir, and I apologize. It's Capella. What? This is Chinese. The Kohanim never took 3 steps. The Kohanim went on a ramp. There was never steps. There was no steps. Huh? Where can the steps? Where was the steps?
No, no step.
There was no steps.
What's right there? Where is that? Why is that step?
He says,
Where is it?
it says, Ben Keves Lemizbeach Shlosha Roivdin Shaleven. The Rambam says it was Kahut Asayda. So what's Shlosha Roivdin Shaleven? Where was the 3 picks? Kevish was one thing. They used to put cement on it. They used to Pamayin Vishona.
In a box and then it connected to the box.
It was not connected. There was a chuta side that was mafsik and a kevish lo mizbech. It was a gap. It was a chuta side.
And when you got to the top of the mizbech, there was no stone.
No, it was because they put cement over it. They would make it. It was flat. No, they would put cement over the. The truth is, it looked nice that way. If you had it rocks, I mean, in your mind, you think of rocks.
No, rocks. No, it's like a.
No, but that's not mashma that way. It's mashma that they had a very. They would like stucco. They would tamayim b'shana. They'd put elamai. The stucco would rub off because there was so much activity. So they would.
I don't say. What do you say? Is 3 steps?
And the basic. I'm saying in the bottom, and he says, "I'm a because of the moed ksiyut."
The whole concept of putting on kibbutz is you shouldn't go upstairs.
Right. That's my kasha. Where's the steps? Steps. What kind of steps?
But the menorah you have steps.
But the menorah, tak have steps. Hell, kasha. But over here, I don't know. So I was going to look it up. I forgot. So he says, look in the moed ksiyut. The moed ksiyut is not hard to find.
Maybe he meant step with his legs, not step with the stairs. It's a keves, go like this.
Now, where's the shloisha roivdin shel even? It says, where's shloisha roivdin shel even?
Well, it was like bleachers, yeah.
Because of the manoyach, I'm sorry, I was going to look it up in the Moed Ksiyah and I didn't. Because of the manoyach, the hani sholosh psis yalfin olam diksi v'ragleim yeregel yeshora. Ragleim today. Regel chad. It says ragleim regel. So v'yeshem sheish taksiv basrei v'kaf ragleim v'kaf regel egel. V'af agav the sholosh psis eshkach shisha lo eshkach svirul the psi ein elok shmani shnei ragleim v'cheminik kach me tzorfas. They say that 3 really means 6, or maybe because you're stepping back and then forward. V'yesheminim plus have b'shuvalim koimish yesh l'lachzer b'shabbatchila. So that's some shot 3 plus 3 is 6. Svarachrona kosev redavid avudra. Okay.
What can be that the kibbutz is like this, right? And you finish. It doesn't go straight to the mizbeach. Now he has over here after the kibbutz. 3 small steps. 1, 2, 3.
We never heard of such a thing. It's a pella.
But it could make sense that you.
It's in Mishnayos. Somebody would say there's not mashma that way.
No, but it's not like it's a normal
We
thing.
invent such a thing. But the Torah says you should build a kevis. Mashma and was a chuta side.
You have a 2 floor, right? So between it doesn't go straight. It go like few steps.
Good in your house you have steps, but in the mizbeach they don't make steps. So you had the mizbeach.
Yeah, you finish already
They go like this. There's a chuta side gap, and they stepped over.
Yeah, but I'm saying now when it's already here, now you have like 3 small steps, very small steps to go to the mizbeach.
Maybe inside the mizbeach there, but to clean out the mizbeach also.
I don't think so. I don't know. That would be a big pellet to say that there are steps. No one ever mentioned.
After the kibbutz.
Yeah.
You're already on the mizbeach. You don't have to lift up your.
Why the keves?
Still, but it's mashma that the ram came till here. Then there was a mizbeach. There was only a chuta saira. So where were the 3 steps? There was never steps. The only place there were 3 steps is in front of the menorah. Even achas and there was shlosh madregas. Roivdin shaleven. I know.
Doesn't mean steps.
Yeah. Could be outside of the mizbeach at some point. It may be what he means like this. Maybe shalosh roivdin shaleven means between the Ezes Yisrael and Ezes Kohen, there were 3 steps. So when he finished the avoda, so he was an Ezes Kohen. When he finished avoda, he would step backwards, go machoidev, and he would step down the 3 steps.
And that's to do with the Mizbeach, with the
Nothing to do with the Mizbeach. When you finish your stone, you don't hang out around the Mizbeach stam to vape next to the Mizbeach.
Right.
So you finish the avoda, you go back. So where do you go to? Stam, the kind of hung out in the Beis Hamikdash, but they're not around hanging out in the Mokim on Mizbeach. So they probably take that 3 steps, go down from Ezes Kohen to Ezes Yisrael, and maybe that's what it means. Shlosh Arev Din Shaleven, because there were 3 steps. That talk the Mishnah says, 3 steps.
And this you do with the right foot. You start with the right.
He says with the left foot, but it's a step.
Backward.
Yeah, because you go back. So the Kohen maybe also did it with the left foot, and Daf Wissen, because it's not a chelik in the avoda. Anything you did in avoda, there's no way you're doing with your left foot to avoid in the Beis Hamikdash. No way. But even if it's not possible, you have to do a kohen. But here he finished his avoda, and they would walk out backwards, probably just like the Kohen Gadol and Yom Kippur would walk out backwards. So mitzad kavod hashchina, they'd walk backwards.
Over there,
So and then they had 3 steps, the whole Mokum, and then they would go down 3 steps. So that maybe means Shlosh Arev Din Shaleven. So that would be a good shot.
It doesn't fit into the words.
It's not the worst. You could prefer. It doesn't. Yeah, because over there he says, "Ubein Kevish LeMizbeach Shlosh Arev Din Shaleven."
Right, he's talking Mamish on top.
Where is Ben Kevish LeMizbeach? Where's Kevish LeMizbeach? But the concept of Shlosh Arev Din Shaleven, let's come and zog. Then there's a drop of a gears.
The Dr. Moshe also brings.
Okay, so Dr. Moshe brings it also. Let's read Dr. Moshe. Harash because of Betshuva Samashim Peyalev. So he basically brings you a half a dozen reasons why we take 3 steps back. Is it Keneged Neshama's flying back? Is it Moshe Rabbeinu going back? Is it Keneged, we're standing in the Makom HaKadoshim, we're stepping back? Is it Keneged the like the Kohanim going back? Or is it from the Pasuk Raglim Keregel Egel? And that's the pshat of why we're saying this. There's basically 5-6 reasons over here. The Raj because of a tshuva, Simon the Darkei Moshe, look in the bottom. Raj because of a tshuva, Simon Shim Pe'alav, Sha'alta im yesh shir l'gimel p'silas, lo yadati shir l'p'silas. Sha'achat tefillah, she'en elam Hashem natilas rishus k'nifed melifnei hamelach, vav b'shepsiya bein nisi ama, l'shir p'silas e'elav v'lo shamanu shir, l'zim ama debash, v'rim mekemis, ein l'mokum ponu shel gimel amas. At kol shaynim, nidali, the table link divar cheskaim, so okav begad goydel k'koinim. So the Rashba had these huge steps. You see, sometimes people take these huge steps. No space left in the shul. So the Rashba was taught why? Because the Rashba wasn't thinking of that the reason of the 3 steps has to do with the kohenim. It was one of the other 6 reasons. So if he said whatever, but he says that Amos says no. Koin shired Masias Atomic. Shoy Bank, Avishlamsberg, Gimel Rev Nishalev, Vir Ben, Gimel Psias, Vitiluk Negative in Tikna, Vimken, Yeshlon, Gam Kalas, Koin Bazer, Nisapsik, Okamega Girl, Afagav, because of his use of time of Macharin, while Gimel Psias in the Comic. But Lochish Liver of High Gun, the Sul, do their covered Lelach, Fredman at Philip Kovid, the Mos, will have so Psia Gasus, Acher, Shos English, at Phil Love Kamasa, Verots Memene.
Does it mean like perpendicular to the Mizbeach? I mean the steps going into the Kodesh?
Sideways, yeah.
It could be.
On the side, yeah.
Then you wouldn't have to say the Kodesh. Then you could say because because the Machloikis, doch in the Gemara Yume, where the Mizbeach exactly was. Could be the not the Mizbeach, where the ramp was. Was it? Yeah, but for sure the Rev Din Shaleven
from the side
was here. So yeah, maybe that's what he means. No, not those steps. It means these 3 steps that are here.
Other side.
Yeah, but going from Ezes Yisrael to Ezes Kohen, we go up 3 steps. So when you go back, you go 3 steps. And if you look in this Chut HaSaira between the So look between this chutasayda, you notice there's 3 steps. So you went something like that.
He said the three rub is between the keves and the mizbech.
Right, but there is no Rev in Shalem between. There's only a chutasayda, and there's nothing else
Complete on the
there.
outside.
Huh?
On the outside.
It's his shot. It's
Yeah,
like the
it's-
outside. Maybe some gears, so you have to fix it up. Okay. So so basically we have here 5 reasons of why we step back. And the Rambam says if you hold it's like a coin walk stepping back, and the coin always walked okav b'tzad goydel. It's funny, a lot of times when we talk in Talmudic
You don't
slang,
want to do a psil
when you want to
gasa.
say someone is a good for nothing lazy guy, so you say he walks okav b'tzad goydel. Okav b'tzad goydel. This guy is the guy takes it easy.
In English, he says he's walking like a turtle.
What to say? When you want to say he's walking like a turtle, he's a Sunday driver. So you say he's walking okav b'tzad goydel. What's that?
It's at what?
Okav b'tzad goydel.
Kev,
Agudalo. Agudal.
Agudel. Okav b'tzad agudel.
Agudal, yes.
So why? But because he's walking so slow. But in the Beis Hamikdash, you're not supposed to run. Kohanim walk deliberately. Okav mitzad goydel. That's the way the Kohanim are walking.
Also, the Godim were a constraint to the walking.
Oh no, they wore short pants, so the Kohanim was easy to walk.
When they held
Oh, godel.
yeah,
Kohanim stam achai short pants. You wore short.
going around.
From a snai vad yirechaim.
no,
With short pants like that, you
The
can go pretty
Southern
fast.
they do very, very fast. The Kohanim. Like when they do the blood and this, they have to have like a kli.
Back to good,
It was like, they say it was
but the
like
walking was always okav mitzad goydel.
Right.
It's not. They were not. There was no running around. So given so gelas.
every step is a count.
Every step was modud v'shakul. So the Akimash says the other 4 reasons is also, so even if you say you're going Yechveis, you're going away from the Shechina, Gimel Parsos, you're going away or you say you're going Difter Meraba, you're going away from the Makam Magdusha, you say Raglaim, the other, still it's a pasnish to go away from the Eibishter with these feet, running, so Groisa steps, he takes Okav Mitzad Goydel. If you take smaller steps than Okav Mitzad Goydel, take smaller steps? If you're taking smaller steps, could be doesn't have a chalois of a step. If you're taking a smaller step, it doesn't have a chalois of a step. Also, if you're taking smaller steps, you're not doing like the kohen. So we do okav mitzad goydel. The truth is, a lot of times it's true. A lot of they look here, it's like it's like you feel bad to take big steps. So
And Yom Tov in 70, you can't even take any steps.
right,
You stand in the same place. You just
you
move
can,
your foot.
you can go up
You
and
try.
down.
Yeah, that's it.
You can go up and down.
You get sardine. You can't move nowhere.
Okay, so I want to before we move on. Mitzvah next week we'll go right to the Gemara and but I want to be Masakim. We had Tzemach Tzedek. I don't know if in 5 minutes we can be Masakim, but it was a very Gishmak Tshuva. We spent 2 weeks. Sorry that we went a little diversion. But as I was thinking tonight, I think a Gevaldik Achap. The Mishnah Berurah says, and I never saw anyone following the Mishnah Berurah on this. The Mishnah Berurah says, before I get to what the Mishnah Berurah says, let me first summarize it. And tell you about something the Mishnah Berurah says that no one does, but the Tzemach Tzedek said 3 points about why the Shulchan Aruch is wrong about how you light the menorah. Point number 1 is the Shulchan Aruch says that there's a machloikis. What does it mean? Kol pina shat poina. The bnei Osterich or bnei Rhinus, the Jews of the Rhine, the Jews of Austria. What does it mean? Kol pina? From the right to left, left to the right. I said, I don't know what you guys are talking about. You're in the wrong country, Bachal. You're talking. Okay, kol pina shat poina is when you're walking with your feet, and that's what the Gemara. It's only by pnius tenegel, not by pnius yad. You're going to tell me it's also the pnius yad because there's one way to learn the Gemara, and even the Gemara slugged it up. You could learn like the Yeshama, you mix the Yeshama and the Bavli, and say because the Rebbe Elazar and the Mishnah said that you did a biyad, and Yerushalmi said that he held that you're going around like Rabbi Yosef Glili. So he did learn yad from Rebbe and Rebbe Elazar. So we don't pass him like Stalin Mishnah. But this, we have the Tosis Yeshonim. The Tosis Yeshonim said, Befedish said that according to the Yosi Aglili, according to the Yosi V'yotza, he went out from the Kodesh HaKadoshim. He came from Dorim. V'yotza lam Mizbeach. According to Yeshonim, he's supposed to go like this. And according to the Yosi Aglili, you start with the one that's Tzafim Mizrach. And then you went around. Hey, why don't you do his one? So the Tosis Yeshonim says, because this would be pointed derech smoil. If you move your hand or you go like this, it's really kind of needed to be at the corner. So if you move your hand or you move your whole body and you're going like this, you'd be pointed derech smoil, and you can't be pointed derech smoil. So you see that if you're going like this, that's called pointed derech smoil. So if you are right, you're wrong. If you're right, that by the menorah is shaykh to say, so this toch befedish, Tosis Yeshonim, that's it, and it should be said on the stand of some Sefer, whole Tshuva. He missed the befedish Tosis Yeshonim, and that's the Shevet Sefer tried to say the Zayda.
He didn't have it. He didn't have
didn't have it. So that's the problem. Okay, the Tosis Yeshonim. Third, so the first is Le'afina Yad Miregel. If you're going to say Alfina Yad Miregel, good, but that's considered the way the Shulchan Aruch says. If we're going from left to right, so that's what the Tosis Yeshonim says. If you're going to go, we're going to start putting the blood, and then from here, then to here. That's called pointed. That is smile. So if you are saying called penis, so the Ferish Tosis Yeshonim. So you're going to say, forget about the Tosis Yeshonim. I'm going to go with the Rashba. What's the Rashba? The Rashba said that no, that the proof of Minatzof, that the Kohen Gadol came out over there. So it's a big problem because the Stam Mishnah said that proof of Minador. So that's what Tzemach Tzedek doesn't like, the Rashba. But okay, the Rashba doesn't need the Tzemach Tzedek Haskama. The Rashba is the Rashba. The Rashba says that Rabbi Yossi Aglili held that the Kohen Gadol came out min Hatzof, and therefore he started here. This is the pogabedation. This one he has to ignore this corner because the Yotzalam is back, and he started here. So therefore, you don't have the raya from the Tosis Yeshonim, and he walked around. But you have no raya about from the Tosis Yeshonim. It knocks out the raya Tosis Yeshonim. So for this, the Tzemach Tzedek said, okay, but even if I learn Yad from Regel, even that's only if, like, you have to go around the Mizbeach. There's four corners. You could have done a Beregel, now you're doing a Bayat, and the Shaila is, if you're not going to go Beregel, but if it's a menorah, this is yay big. How big is an average menorah? There's no Regel, there's no Yad, there's no movement here. There's no real movement. So who says that over here, Shaykh Kol Pina Shata Point? It's even the Raj Rubi Mas. These are the three basic tainas.
Why was the menorah? Why was it?
That was, you have to
He could reach it without
reach. Yeah.
When you're in the center, you could reach the right.
Yeah, that's mashma. That's the Tzemach Tzedek longer. So now, okay. So this was the bottom line of the. Then the Tzemach Tzedek also. So from to Tosis Yeshonim, it's clear that whenever you have kol penis and you have what's it called, emavid and alamitzes, kol penis overweighs. But when you have emavid and alamitzes and akdamas yamin, so then emavidin wins over. Emavidin wins over. Okay. So the demis is like this. The Taz said, the Shulchan Aruch is wrong. He said when you light the menorah, kol penis, as the Taz said, is going from the right to the left. And anyway, he said, even if I'm wrong, I'm right. He said, look, your right hand is right here. How could you be ma'avir ala mitzvahs? How could you be ma'avir ala mitzvahs? So the Shulchan Aruch, the Mishnah Berurah says, hey, you know what? The Taz had a point. You know what? When you light the menorah, the Mishnah Berurah says you have to stand like this. I've never seen anyone do that. For me, I'm a left. It's no big deal. I stand like this because I'm going like this.
Yeah.
But if you're not, the Mishnah Berurah doesn't machalak left to right. But obviously,
you could light the menorah from the front or from the back. It's the same thing.
No, I'm saying I don't have a problem. I'm always going good. I have no even. Mishnah Berurah says that you're supposed to stand like this with your menorah. So you say Asher K'Shem says Lahatak Ne Chanukah, and the other one or two brachas, and then you don't have the problem of eating al mitzvahs. I haven't seen anyone do like the Mishnah Berurah, and the emes of the Shailas Takazoi. If I'm standing like this, the Taz holds. So he says, I don't care, even if the Shulchan Aruch was right about Kol Pina Shatapoina, once you made the bracha and you're standing here, how could you ignore this candle? So Takaz would be a pella. So Bemis, according to the Taina of the Taz, which the Mishnah Berurah like incorporates, everyone's lining the menorah wrong. Because most people end up standing in front of the menorah like this. Most people stand like this in front of the menorah.
And the menorah is this way.
And then they make the bracha. Most people are righties, and then they move their hand. They're mavir ala mitzvahs. They move their hand, and
it's not really a mitzvah till you light it. Why does it have to have mitzvahs? You didn't light it.
So then why is Mishnah Berurah saying I should stand like this?
Know,
so you're lying on the whole Mishnah Berurah. Okay, it's a non-dezach. But if you say that, my answer is like this: the demis is that according to Mangefal Lagadank, that the demis is according to the Tosfos Yeshonim, there's no such thing of Tosfos Yeshonim says that whenever there's a contest of Kol Pinas at the point and Emavid and Kol Pinas wins. So if you hold like the Shulchan Aruch, the Kol Pinas means that you have to go this way from left to right. So what are you telling me, Emavid and Alamitzes? I don't care about Emavid and Alamitzes. Kol Pinas is stronger. That's what the Tosfos Yeshonim says. Two, the Tosfos Yeshonim holds the opposite of the Shulchan Aruch. But the bottom line is that the Tosfos Yeshonim says that whenever you have a contest between Ema Vir and Alamitzes and Kol Pinas wins.
Brings a riot. Kosher has a riot for this idea.
He says, why is it Rabbi Yosef Glili? It's like the Gemara.
Yeah.
Rabbi Yosef Glili, according to him, was V'yot Salam Mizbeach. He came out from here and he came with the blood and he's standing V'yot Salam Mizbeach. And Rabbi Yosef Glili, we passed in the stam of the machine, and that he started here. Why is he not starting here? Because this is Kol Pinas. I am Avirin. Kol Pinas is stronger than Avirin. That's what Toshonim says. So it's a Kleda Gemara, a Mishnah of Kodesh. The Kol Pinas is stronger. Now, the truth is that Tosfos Yeshonim saying that Shulchan Aruch is wrong. So, but still, the idea is that Tosfos Yeshonim saying that Kol Pinas beats out Eim Avirin and Ala Mitzvahs. So be'emes, there's a pel on the Taz that he brought in Eim Avirin and Ala Mitzvahs. But according to the Rashba learns the Gemara that he came out from the Kodesh HaKadosh from here. There's no right. There's no Tosfos Yeshonim. So you can still say the Eim Avirin and Ala Mitzvahs is stronger than Kol Pinas. So l'chatchila you should take it. The Mishnah Berurah is right. L'chatchila you should stand like this when you light the menorah. But the other that you already stand like this, if you're doing like the Shulchan Aruch Kol Pinas, so you're ready. Okay, so Kol Pinas beats out Eim Avirin and Ala Mitzvahs. But l'chatchila Mishnah Berurah is probably right. You should stand like this. Have you ever seen anyone being medayik like the Mishnah Berurah? They light the menorah that they stand like this. They don't stand like this in front of the menorah.
We had a problem with the yeshiva because we lit the menorah on the southern wall of the Beis Hamikdash.
When you light it
So
there.
windows, you had to be on an angle. You couldn't be mamish in front.
Okay, so in your house, when you light it.
No,
Like
they
the
don't lie, but
Have you ever seen?
Beis Hamikdash had to be.
You stand in front of the
In the house,
menorah.
it's not like that. But
Right? You stand in front of the menorah.
you
But
have
the
to go for
Mishnah Berurah
mitzvah
says,
tomorrow.
Mishnah Berurah says that's wrong. You're standing in front of the menorah. Now you made the bracha and you were ma'avid ala mitzvahs. So therefore you should stand like this. So I'm saying if you hold like the Tosfos Yom Tov, who cares? I'm sorry, the Tosfos Yeshonim, Kol Pinas beats a mavirid. Elamai, if you don't like Tosfos Yeshonim, then takas you have a problem. So taka you should stand this way. But anyway, the Tzemach Tzedek be'emes holds. The Tzemach Tzedek be'emes holds that there's not shayach Kol Pinas here. There's not shayach Kol Pinas by the menorah. Forget about Kol Pinas. There's no Kol Pinas. He said 3 reasons. There's no Kol Pinas at the point. So why did the Maram Rottenberg light the menorah from left to right? So that's why I'm saying that. First I had a chidush, and now some eingefallen that the chidush is the emes a chidush. That the Tzemach Tzedek says that according to Rashi, they always lit the menorah with Manda Oma Mizrach Ma'ariv Vayamunach. They always lit the menorah from 6 to 5 to 4 to 3 to 1. And because Rashi holds that the psila that wasn't the kinsa, it was psilas. They had to light it this way.
And take from
So
one to the
I
other.
said that we are lighting the menorah the way they lit it in the Beis Hamikdash. But the truth is that the Tzimah Tzedek himself says that if you hold that they did the kinsa, so then the Kohen took a match and he lit from the Ner Maravi, which is Ner Shishi, and then he went to the right, and he went from right to left. Not the way Maram Rottenberg did. Okay? I said, okay, look, the Maram Rottenberg did like Rashi. Helft the Eivish, I said, I have to look into the Shima Samanoida. What the Rebbe toch it on the Sugya. It's what it says mashma, but the Rebbe doch it on the Sugya sehr stark. The Rebbe brings Hechoches Gemudis that whenever they did Hatova Vadloka, it always went from Mizrach to Ma'ariv. Why? Say Mavir Nala Mitzvahs. So the Rebbe holds that L'chuli Alma doesn't matter Bekinsa or Bebipsilta, that you always, when they lit the menorah, and he brings that eye from the Mishnah, it's mashma, because one of the things, mashma k'tzas meloshna Mishnah, the Talmud, the Reish Perek Vav, medashen mizrachi, umanicha is a maravi. So l'chayr is a pella. Why this according to Rashi, the second candle was the ner maravi, which is called lifnei Hashem. So why would you do mizrachi, which is less choshev and has less kedusha than this one? Muzmazagim because emavirin ala mitzvahs, that you have to go this way. So the Rebbe holds that it's clear that the Seder Hatova Vadloka was always from Mizrach to Ma'ariv. So true, the Torah says you have to do 5 and then stop and do the Korban Tamid and then do the 2. The 5, the Korban Tamid was always a sandwich. In the Beis Hamikdash, you couldn't do all 7 candles at once. You did 5. Then you stop. Then you come back and you do the other 2.
And after we know, so which one first?
Right. The Ma'aser, but Rashi holds that like most Rishonim is a very funny shita. What's Ne'amarav? If you ask a Yid, tell the Yid that the menorah was Mizrach Ma'ariv Ha'emunah, which is Ner Maravi. He's never going to think Ner Maravi is Ner Shishi, the second candle for Mizrach. It's funny, but that's
Rashi
to the right, to the
differently.
left.
no, Rashi learns that way. Rashi learns
Rashi
that way.
like the second one?
Yeah, that's shit that most Rishonim hold that way. But anyway, so when you do the 5 or the 2, the Rebbe says it's mashma that they always went from Mizrach to Ma'ariv.
That's right.
Why? Because I'm avirin ala mitzvahs. So we see that the menorah in the Beis Hamikdash, according to the Rebbe Shitta, if you say menorah Mizrach Ma'ariv v'emunach, they always went this way. The Kohen, obviously, like I said last time, the Kohen must have been standing this way and lighting the menorah. There's no way the Kohen was standing like this. No way. Because when the Gemara says about the Kohen Gadol going into the Kodesh HaKadoshim, the Gemara says maybe he walked this way. The Gemara says the Kamash Chrimani. It's impossible. Because there was a lot of soot on the wall. So obviously the Kohen, when he lit the menorah, he was standing with his face to the daughter. And he walked up the 3 steps. And we say Emavirin ala mitzvah. So he always went, because he's standing with his face to Dorim, so he's always went from his left to his right. So therefore, the Maram Rottenberg.
Yeshiva, we did the opposite. I turned around.
But in the Beis Hamikdash, you're not wearing Kohen Gadol's begodim. Your begodim don't have to stay white. It's like a gefährliche Sache. But you're not wearing white begodim, like yeah. So therefore, the Rebbe holds tak in the Rishimas HaMenorah. He thinks that Lashon Mishnah is Mochiyah, that the Kohen always went from left to right. So you could say that the reason the Maram Rottenberg used to light the menorah from left to right is not because of Kol Pinas, because Kol Pinas is not shaykh. But because he did, why are we lighting the menorah?
After the first night, also he went that same direction. He started from this.
Yeah.
He started from
the Maram. We do like the Maram, that we go from left to right.
Oh, we start from the new kid, from the new net.
No, the net. So we put we're left and right. We're always going from left to right. So I'm saying the reason the Maram did that is not because Kol Pinas. The reason the Maram did it because that's Cain also Hil of his man Beis Hamikdash Hoya Kain. Hoya Koirech. That we light the menorah because that's the way the Kohen did in the Beis Hamikdash. He went up the 3 steps, and Zay Mavidim, so he always went this direction. So he always went from left to right.
Okay, fine.
Okay? And the Rebbe thinks that this is Muchad Lashon Mishnah. So that's the way they did it. So if that's the way they did it, maybe that's why the Manam did it. So therefore, even though the Tzemach Tzedek slugs up the Shulchan Aruch, and he says it's not Shaykh over here called Pinash at the point, we do it the way the Beis Hamikdash did it. They shall helfen.
When we do
B'nai
Huh?
Osra.
when we do Hagbe, you pick up
We
the
do
Torah.
B'nai
Yeah.
Osra.
Right?
No, we do B'nai Rainis. Huh?
When you pick up the Torah.
L'chayda.
First,
No, you have to go counterclockwise. So you have to go.
left.
Yeah, your face goes first.
So when people will make Hagbe over here, everybody go to the right. We should-
No, you go this one because this is already a different thing. This is derech ponov and derech l'chayda. Derech ponov means that you're turning counterclockwise. Derech ponov means, like I said, this is the world's rotation.
There's two ways.
That's why that's derech ponov.
There's two ways to do Hagba. One way is to make a circle, and one way is to go to the right and the left.
Either way, if you're going to make a circle or you're going to go back and forth, what do you do first?
You start the circle.
So I'm saying,
I
if you hold,
didn't know about the circle. Well, I see people do the circle.
So I'm saying, double question. If you say,
To the right, I would say to the right.
so you have to go counterclockwise first. That someone asked me about it tonight. Say, oh, but there's different minhagim. But listen, the Chabad shul you have to do like the Tzemach Tzedek. Nusach tefillah. Listen, nusach tefillah.
The right first.
They did count. They would. But the Beis Hamikdash in some 70 they did like this first, like this. They counterclockwise.
To the left. They start left.
Don't say left because it's hard. Counterclockwise. Tzafan. They would look to tzafan like this. They would go
Because
like
the Rebbe-
this.
Because the Rebbe stood
Because that's the way the Rebbe did l'chadoidi, like this. The Rebbe did l'chadoidi to tzad. That's what Lubavitcher Kohanim they turned by Nesias Kapayim. They
The Rebbe finished his Aliyah. He stood over here.
oh the Shenanandazah.
So you picked up the Torah. You don't want to.
The Rebbe never picked up Hagba.
No, I said the Rebbe standing here.
Oh
Someone is like the Rebbe.
no, but the well that's the way they did. No, in some